And welcome back to today's Climate Matters. The Arizona Groundwater Management Act from 1980 is one of the most strict groundwater codes in the country and was one of the first of its kind. But how has this act helped us in the nearly 45 years since its passing, and how much of the state is abiding by it? Storm Tracker 4 meteorologist Daniel McFarland has the answer.
Well, that act went a long way in limiting groundwater use all across Arizona, but Tucson specifically was one of those locations impacted. This legislation is significant to look at now because it sets goals for the state to meet by the year 2025. The law requires the active management areas, or AMAs, drastically reduce themselves from pumping groundwater. The goal for 2025 is that these AMAs reach a safe yield, meaning they need to bring down groundwater pumping amounts, and any water that they take out must be put back into the ground. All the AMAs have just about reached their goal, but there are those who said that the 1980 Act does not go far enough. It needs to be expanded.
I think, too, one of the biggest issues is that the Groundwater Act of 1980 only really applies within active management areas and INAs, right? And there's not that many of them throughout Arizona. Like, when you look at them, I think that there's now 6 active management areas.
This map shows where the AMAs are in the state. Notable exceptions are northern Cochise County, where they are having groundwater issues, and southern Maricopa County as well.
We certainly could do more, I think, in terms of regulating groundwater, because in the areas that Groundwater Act does not apply to, you don't really have to measure wells. There's no 100-year groundwater rules. We have just a slew of problems with the idea of people taking out virtual water.
Governor Hobbs early last year announced that she would want to modernize the groundwater management, saying, "We must talk about the challenge of our time, Arizona's decade-long drought, overusage of the Colorado River, and the combined ramifications on our water supply, forests, and our communities." From the west side, Daniel McFarland, News 4 Tucson.
Well, we've got somebody having a lot of fun out at the street fair. Folks may check that out.
I know, you still have about 30 minutes. Yeah. Get down there, say hi to Matt Brode for us, and enjoy some fun. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Nightly News.